Hi, and welcome to an exciting episode of House of Magic. My name is Eric, and this person right here is Cassie.
And I also happen to be his wife. And we decided to start this today. Are you laughing at me?
A little.
Obviously, we are amateurs at this. Our camera is grainy. We're using the best webcam we have in our house, but we're also poor. So,
like most Magic players.
That is why Eric's super blurry, but don't worry.
It's my everyday face.
It's better for him to be blurry. As his wife, I can say that. We decided to come today because we've been seeing all these awesome unboxings and magic videos, and we noticed that there was a huge gap in not only female magic players, which I am and have been for a long time, but especially magic couples. So far, we have not seen any married couples.
You're shaking the. We've seen a major gap in female magic players at tournaments, in shops, anything of this sort, and even more rare couples. So we decided to do a video.
And we've essentially seen a gap of couples. I don't think I have seen one YouTube video, and I did Googling, so don't think that this is just like totally unresearched. I checked it out, and I don't see any magic couples on YouTube at all. Of course, there's Boogie2988, who is amazing, and he talks about his wife a lot, but we have never seen her on camera.
Hands. You might see her feet, or a side view of her running away from Boogie.
I think that they just did a house hunt, and we might have gotten some hair.
We did. We did see her face, I thought.
I don't remember her face.
No, we did. We saw feet, and we saw an arm every once in a while.
So that just further goes to show, and I'm going to be sorting magic cards because I cannot stand still, and obviously I've been shaking the camera. So I feel that just goes to show that there's a real lack of this in the community, and I feel that the magic community is certainly starting to diversify a lot.
Yes.
And spread out, and I feel like everything that we can do on the internet will definitely help the magic community spread and diversify. And I think it's very important that we bring magic to young ladies especially. It's a great place to go if you don't do athletics but you want to be competitive. Not that I am competitive at all. And it's also a great thing for couples to do.
Yep.
Because we're still married. We haven't even been married a year yet.
So we live in Texas, and Star City Games is having a tournament in the town we live in, and so we decided to go to our local shop to do some drafting.
Actually, let's just pause real quick. We didn't know that Star City Games was in the area.
True.
We were just like, hey, look, there's a draft tomorrow. And I'm all about draft because I don't have a big card base. I don't have a big collection. And I love drafting because it puts everyone on the same page.
Yes. So we went to our local card shop. And for excellent, I don't know how the hell you say. Why do you put an I in it if it's not part of the word?
Ixalan.
It sounds retarded. Do a better job, Magic. Seriously. Anyways, so we were there. And then that's when we found out about the big tournament. And then, of course, there was also a football game going on and stuff.
The reason that we found out about said tournament is because the draft that we were going to do didn't fire.
And the shop was empty.
No one was there, and they said we've never had a draft not fire on a Sunday. And, of course, it was because everyone was over at the Star City Games Open. Thanks, Star City Games.
Yes. But, yes, thank you on both sides because we paid and we were there, we got this nifty little promo as a sorry that it didn't draft.
Should we mention that? I don't know if they're going to get in trouble if they did that.
I didn't say who it was, though.
Yeah, but you wanted to mention them later.
Maybe. Maybe much, much, much later. But still, look at it, it's shiny.
And it is going in my vampire deck, and I will have a black and white vampire deck.
And see, I have one too, so we both got one. And I'm like, don't take mine out of the sleeve. And what does she do as soon as I say it? She takes it out of this. Oh, what the hell?
What's yours is mine, baby. What's yours is mine.
But it's a promo. I was going to put it in my binder with the rest of my promo. She's like, no, I might need it. I said, well, if you need it, you can use it. But until then, It's staying in the damn binder.
Gonna need it in a day or two after we finish our unboxing.
Maybe, maybe not. You don't know.
It's a rare. With vigilance and whatever it attacks, I may return target creature card with mana cost 3 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield. Not even to my hand. To the battlefield.
Yeah, well, vampires suck. Anywho.
One thing that we noticed was, okay, so draft didn't fire. So we decided to hop on over to the local convention center to check out the open because I have never been to an open. I come from a small town where we don't really have convention centers.
Yeah. Her second largest city in the state was about the size of my high school. Not even kidding.
It's really sad when you think of it that way.
It is.
This is the first way I've pulled.
So anyways, so we head over there. And stuff. And I've been to one back in my hometown and stuff. And it was humongous. It was wonderful. So many vendors. So many wonderful vendors. and stuff. We get to the convention center. Parking was easy to find, which is quite odd for a huge tournament like this.
A lot of it had to do with the city and the fact that we were going so late, though.
Oh, it still doesn't make a difference. So we get inside and stuff, and it's a rather small convention center, but they only had like 2 booths of people selling stuff besides Star City Games.
No,
and
there
then,
was one,
and then they had 2 artists.
Games, and then 2 artists. Okay, I didn't know we weren't counting the artists as booths.
Yeah.
There were 3 artists.
Was there 3 artists?
There was the one with the making color your own mats.
Oh, there's okay. There was
and then
2
there
doing
was tokens,
two
and then there was
tokens.
tokens.
That's right. That's right. So, but we got there and so we're kind of walking around, and the people that were selling cards, all they had was shiny, besides Legacy Lands. It was quite like it's great to see shiny, but at the same time it's really hard to look at them when they're in the case with the plexiglass and the shininess and then the sleeves on them.
Yeah, sleeves, and then they're in a holder that's kind of like an acrylic, and then they're in the plexiglass, and then there's terrible fluorescent lighting.
Yes. And I used to wear glasses. They're thick. There's glare on top of glare on top of glare on top of glare. What are you doing?
I'm showing. This is so funny. Look at how thick those. You can see in the YouTube world how thick his glasses are.
And now I can't see shit. Why not? You're gonna put me in my eye.
Probably.
So after we done walking around, 5 minutes of it, this one over here is like, hey, why don't we do a draft? I'm like,
I didn't get
okay.
to draft. I wanted to draft, and I love drafting. It's the only thing I'm good at. It's really the only thing I'm good at.
So we go over there. We finally found the right line to get into. Of course, there was no lines. But if you get in the wrong line, they look at you where like wrong spot. Go down one.
And we get looked at weird enough because.
Yeah. Exactly. You know, I have a beard and she's a white girl playing Magic. Anyways, so we find the right line and we get signed up, and I was like, okay, cool. And then probably no more than a minute or 2 later, our little pager started buzzing. I was like, all right, this is gonna be freaking awesome.
It was really cool. So you of course, with the draft, you have 8 people drafting, and so until they got to their 8, they just handed out pages. You could walk around and check things out and stuff. And then when they got to the 8, they just paged everyone, and we all came up. So it was a really handy system. Like I said, my first open, I don't know if it's normal, but I really enjoyed the system that happened.
So we get together, all of us in a little circle and stuff. And we're like, all right, we got so-and-so, X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. So, all right, come over here. So we go over there, we get that set down and stuff, and we get the cracking, basically. We actually ended up doing 2 drafts and stuff. The first draft, I would say.
Because I have a problem.
The first draft was much better for us for pulling wise.
I don't know if it was just us in general, but I thought the pulls in the second draft were just terrible.
Yes.
I would be very upset. We have 2 boxes coming in, hopefully tomorrow evening, and I would be very upset if those boxes were like the second draft.
It is a good possibility. Either the boxes are gonna be supreme, or they're gonna be crap. From what I've been seeing on people unboxing boxes, there's very little. Okay, this isn't too bad. So we'll have to wait and see. But for the first round or first what the fuck is it?
Are you talking about the
First draft. First draft. I fucking blew so hard. It was horrible.
I did pretty well. I won one game, and I almost won my second game. I got really close. But you know, sometimes at the end of the game, in Magic, anything can happen.
Yes. I don't believe in scooping unless you're getting game banged by 3 or 4 players and you're just tired of their shit. I think it's a chicken shit way out. I would never scoop it except for that one reason.
But there was a gentleman who got very upset about a single card, and he scooped.
Oh no, he didn't scoop. He scooped with rage.
Did they even play 3 games?
No.
Did he scoop after the first game?
Never
scoop after the first game.
Where's that card? I know we have some in here.
Anyway, he found
Here
a
it
card.
So here it is. So he pulled like a play set of these. And as you see, it says sorcery. Well, this fool, I mean really, destroy target creature and then get, what is it, 2 tokens?
2 treasure tokens.
Yeah, you get 2 treasure tokens. He thought it was an instant. And then, are you kidding me? A common that destroys and you get 2 tokens for...
5-drop.
No. That'd been at least a rare.
And probably a broken rare at
for
that.
an instant? Oh, that'd be so sweet as an instant. But it was a sorcery. He got so mad because the guy said that's a sorcery, not an instant. Scooped up his cards literally went flying up everywhere on the ground, and he just stormed off.
Left a bent, pretty decent blue rare on the floor.
I picked it up. I don't know if I ever want to use it, but I picked the motherfucker up. I was like, hell yeah. A blue rare? It might be crap, but it's still a fucking rare.
Throw that in a binder. We get Arnold the cat to lay on that binder. It's going to be flat in a day.
Let's see what fits over here. I mean, it wasn't the world's greatest rare,
I haven't gotten too far in sorting yet.
But it's still a freaking rare.
So yeah, that was really interesting. Like, he just disappeared.
Yeah.
My first round was really great. I was actually matched against this gentleman. But so one thing to note is that I was the only female in both drafts that we pulled. But
there were other females there playing, but they weren't with us, which was good to see. I was very happy. And there was, looked like there might have been a couple couples there playing. We did see a lot of couples there with the girlfriends or wives behind their man supporting them. One of them was like, oh, here's your play mat, here's your dice, this and that. I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I had a freaking maid to be right behind me handing me all my crap.
Eric actually had played against a gentleman whose wife did scorekeeping for them.
Only on the second game. I don't know where she was before then.
Well,
she did the rare. Anyways.
I was playing against a very nice gentleman, married man, and we were talking, and at one point he said, dang it, like I wish that I could get my wife to play Magic because she would be so good at it. She'd be really good at drafting. She has the mindset for drafting. He said she didn't have the creativity to maybe make her own decks, which, you know, it's harsh, but I'm not a deck builder, but I also don't like doing pre-made decks because...
Oh, you did grab a fish. Did you say you grabbed a fish?
Yeah, but I also got a shiny fish.
It is a shiny fish.
Yeah, that's my shiny fish. Excuse me. Distractions.
Shiny.
And, you know, I mean, Eric and I have been playing Magic since we got together as a couple.
I've been playing since...
I'm sorry, we've been playing Magic together.
We've been playing together. I've been playing since Innistrad, off and on. I used to play with my ex and her family, which, by the way, they totally fucked up the game because they played by house rules, and the majority of the house rules weren't even fucking legal. I mean, close. Which was fucking insane. Did I already go through these? Anyways, it was a rare instant sorcery, whatever. I think it was opponent brings all the cards up to their hands. I don't know. I'm still learning all these cards, this new set.
Remember, we're playing with Ixalan right now. Ixalan just pre-released a week ago, and
was released Friday.
It was released officially Friday,
which would have been 2 days ago.
And we also took about a 2-year break from the game after
it was about a year
and a half, because we got like married, and that evidently is like super time consuming
and expensive. Don't get married. Just go to the jailhouse wedding.
We basically
jailhouse, courthouse.
Speaking
whatever
of
it's
weddings,
called. You know what I'm talking about.
I have been playing together since we got together as a couple. I think that's actually one of the only reasons I got a second date is because I played Magic. mean, that's what I assumed. We started playing pretty immediately afterwards. I didn't have any cards because I had just moved, and I moved states, and then I moved again, and it's just a lot of stuff to take with you when you move, which I'm sure the movers we've had recently can attest to because we use it all the time.
Yes.
And it takes up a whole room in one of our houses now. But we started playing together. He took me to a bunch of really fun shops back in the other part of Texas that we used to live in.
But we did find one that we really enjoyed being with.
Shout out to Night Owl Games. Thank you guys for being our home for the time that we were there because we do miss you guys. It was a lot of fun being there with y'all.
And the great thing about them is that they were almost all adults. Every once in a while somebody bring their kid in, but there was like no kids playing.
Not that we don't like kids playing.
No. Nothing against kids, but
they're not adults.
So
Make shit together.
So I was basically told that we were gonna get married. And then we went ring shopping. And then once we found a ring that she kind of liked and that was in my price range, I went and bought the ring, and I kept it at the house. Now she didn't know this. She didn't have a damn clue about where the damn ring was. She was certain it was at my mom's house.
I feel like this is the favorite part of the story, and I feel like this was not necessary in this video at all.
I love this part of the story. So anyways, so we get to playing. I finally decided on a date after I call her dad and talk to her mom and stuff, and we got permissions. So we're playing, and we played the first game. Now mind you, I wanted to make sure that I was going to pull this. I made a card, a proposal card.
Which, if we figure out how to use YouTube, will now be pictured here.
Yeah. So I kind of took a little bit of Garfield's idea and some other people's proposal cards I've seen, kind of meshed it all together. Real original, right? Oh well, it worked.
Everyone thinks it's original because if you don't play Magic, you've never heard of it before.
Oh yeah, people love that shit. It's like, oh, he's so thoughtful, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I take it all. So anyways, I put like 8 copies in my freaking deck and stuff. And the first game, I had 1 or 2 in my hand, but I was winning. And of course, if you're winning, you gotta win, right? So we got through the game, shuffled up, and we start playing our second game. Well, I don't know what the hell happened, but my deck did not come together. In fact, it was bad.
What happened is I had a better deck than you.
No, that's damn sure did not happen.
Oh, don't even. I beat you with that deck multiple times. Don't even pretend that it wasn't a better deck.
Anyways, so for some reason it didn't come together. I don't even think I had a creature on the battlefield, and
I just kept killing them.
And she had a whole fucking army out there.
Triggers for days.
Yeah, that was back when you had your allies, right? So.
And he had Thropters.
Hey, you cry every time I busted out a hanger. So let me start. So anyway, so the second game comes around. She's kicking my ass, and she's basically going to kill me next turn. And I asked her, so are you going to kill me next turn? And she goes, yeah,
I believe
of course.
I said, fuck yes. But...
And I was like, okay. So I played the card.
Which, once again, if we figure shit out,
it'll be up there. I don't quite remember exactly how it went, and probably should have looked it up before we started this video. Oh well. Basically, you're Reddit. Basically, I tap it. If the other person approves of it, all cards go into the middle of the game. We combine to make one deck, and she gets a pretty little ring and stuff. Well, guess what she chose? She chose to accept. Yeah. So see, therefore, I don't lose.
I still disagree with this ruling.
You accepted the card.
You used an illegal card, and you handed me something shiny.
You accepted the card, which means therefore it is legal. So that's how it went down. And then the reason why I started that opening part, because I went probably about 5-6 feet away from her, where we had a little plastic chest of drawers. I had some of my old knickknacks in when I was a kid. Pulled it out, and she just started cussing at me. It's like, is that where you had that damn thing the entire fucking time? I was like, hell yeah, I did. I wasn't having anywhere else. I went somewhere close to home.
We had a very romantic engagement.
And she never gave me an answer until I finally forced her to say, is this a yes or is this a no? And she kept muttering, "Is that where you kept it the entire damn time? Right there?" I'm like, "Yeah." You did right, I did.
I think I was cussing, and it took you for damn ever to get down on your knee.
Well, I was too busy laughing because I knew I was gonna die. Take the loss. Yes.
So obviously, couples in Magic are a great thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, right around after our engagement, we played for a few more months, and then we had to take our break because, once again, weddings, don't do them.
Weddings, I'm still in school, so that kind of cuts. And of course, I go to school at night because I'm going to another state, which is not Texas, unfortunately. Tears. But it does allow me to go to school full time. But it's every night, Monday through Thursday, which kind of sucks.
So we took a break, and then recently we just kind of got into some circumstances. We've moved around a bit. We just moved to a new area, which is where we are now. We found some shops, and we recently just got into circumstances to be able to join again, which combined with the Ixalan pre-release is why we started getting back into Magic.
Yes. Well, and also helped two of our church friends. One of them kind of played a little bit. The other one, the female of the couple, played another game similar to Magic. I can't think what the hell they called it, but it's almost the exact same thing. But it's like a computer or app game.
I don't know.
I think it's a computer game. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know.
I don't remember.
But anyways, but she caught on like super quick because he was like, "Oh, it's just like blah blah blah," and she goes, "Oh, okay. Well, let me do this and this." Yeah, that was a horrible mistake. She won all the games the first time she ever played. It was completely utter bullshit. Just saying.
That's because she was playing with my deck.
No, she was playing with my deck.
No, she was playing with my deck.
Whatever.
There were French cards in that deck. You would not have French cards in a deck.
Why wouldn't I?
Because they're my cards.
I can have French cards in my deck.
No, you couldn't.
Why?
You don't own any.
I own a whole closet full.
Not of French cards. Those are mine.
Well, oh, it's yours. It's mine also.
Those were birthday presents, damn it!
So we've gotten back into it and stuff. We're getting our friends into it. I just had a birthday, so the wife bought me the Plane Chase box set, which, by the way, I was super excited about. And it comes with all the Plane Chase cards that have been printed since now, which was awesome.
Until now.
Until now, whatever. And it comes with 4 decks. Now,
very nice decks.
Yes. Wizards actually did a pretty good job, I think, on the decks themselves. They aren't overpowering any one other deck, which is nice, and they go very well with the playing cards as well. And I thought they did a pretty decent job of mashing everything up. I wish the decks could have been a little bit stronger, but I think overall they're definitely much better. They're a lot better than the $50 decks that they were selling, I think, at one point in time. I don't know if they're still doing it anymore. But yeah, I like it. And we got all sleeved up, and it's fantastic.
So looking towards the future, just a few things that we are looking forward to. Like I said, we have 2 Ixalan booster boxes coming in.
Should be here
tomorrow evening. But Eric will probably be in class when they come in, so we may not be able to film until Tuesday. Just depends on what's happening. What I'm wanting so neither of us has obviously a standard deck because we've been out for the entire time that anything is standard is in. So we're both hoping to make at least 2 standard decks that will probably be mostly Ixalan.
Yeah.
Once again,
they're gonna be weak standards until we can get some more rounds and stuff.
Like we admit that we're not tournament players. We're not top players. We're just casual players who also have a really weird relationship and think we need to share it with the world because
we don't net deck or anything like that. We like just to get a bunch of cards together and see what we can make out of it.
So I'm hoping for some black-white vampire decks, and then I'm also going to be aiming for a red-black-blue pirate deck, personally.
I would like to make a decent Mirrorful deck, and I want mine dinos, because they're fucking dinos.
It's dinos.
I mean, hell, they pumped out, 30-some fucking dinosaurs in this one set for a creature type, where I think before that, I read there was only 2. Like, hell yeah, why not?
And then Eric is particularly excited about the unstable that's coming out in December. I did not know.
I'm glued over just thinking about it. As she gets unhinged over the puns.
I hate you so much. Our relationship is getting super unstable after this.
Now, mind you, she had no idea what the uns were.
No, I mentioned the uns. I was kind of Googling unstable just to see what we were getting into with this new unstable draft, and because the shop that we go to already has been advertising when they'll be doing unstable drafts.
Now, I didn't see the signs, but when she told me about it, I about had a couple nerd gavins over it.
Well, he didn't really understand, so I Googled unstable, and I was like, oh, it says it's going to be the third of the series, and I'm pretty sure we almost crashed.
Yeah, I was fucking excited. Because when I joined, it was shortly after the uns came out. I think it was like a year or two after they came out. And you just couldn't find anything of the alike anywhere. So I went on Wizards because she didn't know what it was about. She just thought they were just gonna be cheeky cards.
I didn't think they were gonna be cheeky cards. I thought they were gonna be like badass motherfucking cards. Like
they are like, badass motherfucking cards.
Okay, here's the thing. I thought they were gonna be like modern broken cards because he was so excited about it. I didn't think they were gonna break the whole fucking game.
So I pulled up the card imaging. I can't even think of the name of that Wizards calls it.
The list of cards on Magic.
Yeah. So I pulled them. I said, "Here, look at these." And she starts going through. And she's like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And she just keeps going and going and going. And then I could first one was unglued. I took her to unhinge, and she just lost her shit. It was awesome.
I don't know if I'm excited or not.
I think I'm more excited about the lands.
I'm definitely excited about some really pretty full lands.
I mean, I was really happy when they start reprinting the full art lands. I thought, okay, there's that one time with was it BFZ?
Right.
Was that when they redid it
That
again?
was in the card, yeah.
Yeah, and then they did it a couple more times. Like, wow, you just went all types of batshit crazy on this shit. You know, once every couple years has been great. You know, but hell, I'll take it.
So I'm gonna take the moment now to start our outro, or else he's just gonna keep going.
Yeah.
But that's what we're excited to through the future. I think a few other things we're gonna try to do besides some unboxings, and hopefully maybe, of course, we're gonna try and get a better camera if this has any sort of interest at all, which we really hope it does. Look at the camera, goddammit.
I am looking at the camera.
No, you were looking down.
Oh, well, there's cards in front of me. You can't blame me on that.
They're worse than boobs.
And I still have a shiny card right here that I'm looking at.
Okay. So going forward, we're going to do an unboxing. We're hoping to maybe talk about our decks a bit as we build our completely shitty decks. It's going to be great. You guys can hate on us. It's fine. We have pretty thick skin. Spoiler alert, we're both fat. So if you guys put that in the comments, anything about our double chins, you guys are just lame.
See, that's why I grew a beard. You can't see my double chin.
No, you grew a beard because I told you to grow a beard. Mm-hmm. Don't even try to say that was your idea.
I got you wet. That's okay. You're going to leave yourself open. I'm going to say it.
Okay. But, once again, this was the House of Magic. This is the House of Magic. I was Cassie. This is Eric, my terrible husband.
I really am.
Terrible. I don't know why we're married. But we are, and we play Magic together. So if you had any sort of enjoyment from this, even if you just really, really loved hating us during this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below, or like this button.
Or that way. I'm not sure where they put it at.
It's down below.
Don't listen to her.
The like button, which should be down in that general area too. And keep an eye out. We're hoping to get another video up this week. We would love to go take some camera to our shop and maybe do some games together and just show you guys how terrible we are at this game, and maybe give you a few laughs and let you feel better about yourselves, because obviously this is going to be proof that there's at least one person out there that's worse than you in life. Yeah,
we're pretty average, if not below average when we play Magic. But we have a shitload of fun. We waste a shitload of money while we do it.
And we're going to swear a lot.
And maybe eventually start drinking. Who knows?
Ooh.
Well, have a good night.
Once again, I'm just going to say it before you click off.
Yeah, where's the mouse at?
It's right there. Also, unstable drinking games.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. We should do it. But only in a safe location.
Like our home.
Exactly.